Forgive an old woman, but I forgot your name. What was it again? Would you mind getting my book from the sleeping quarters? It would spare my bones the trip. It's called Great Voyages. Thank you very much. I've read this old book many times. Seems I find something new each read. And no matter how many times I've read it, it never fails to get me excited for adventure. Are you the adventuring type? Ah, after my own heart. I've had a lifetime of it, believe it or not. If you're sticking around in Eastshade, maybe I'll tell you all about it sometime. Captain Ilona told me we'll be landing in Lindo shortly. I think we're all antsy to arrive.
I've never been to Eastshade. I've heard wonderful things about it. Did you know that the people there used to cover their mouths with garments? I've heard that's since gone out of style. Quite a strange fashion fad if you ask me. As long as Eastshade doesn't rock like this ship, I will love it. It's the quaint little seaside town we'll be landing in. It's one of the many gems of the country, I hear. It's the quaint little seaside town. Almost there.
That did not sound good.
You've woken. Do you remember what happened?
I
I'm glad your memory's intact. You washed up on this beach just a short while after the ship sank. One doesn't last long in water this cold. From what I've heard, you were the only passenger misplaced during the wreck. The others are safe in town. Eastshade, of course. Specifically, my home. I usually don't take visitors, but in this case I can hardly blame you for floating in unannounced. Only your easel. Don't forget to take it when you leave. Even the frigid tide couldn't bring you to part from it. It must mean a great deal to you. I was about to head into town to share news of your survival. You should go there and let them know yourself. It's just up the path. On your way, then. I was about to head into town to share news of your survival. On your way, then.
Oh, it's you! You're on the ship. What happened to you? Oh, thank goodness. We thought you were lost. Oh, what a horrible experience. I'm so glad to see you're safe. What brought you to Eastshade anyway? A traveling artist? That's wonderful. I came to visit my family. You look like you could use a nice cup of tea. This flavor is a bit strong for some people, but the effects can be lifted with a sip of water from your water skin. Our captain is in a terrible state. I suppose that's to be expected. She won't even leave the dock. Perhaps it would console her to know that we all survived. You should speak with her. My family lives here in Lindo, so I'll be staying with them. If you find that night is coming and you're in need of a place to stay, You should check the inn. You'll be comfortable there. It gets cold around here at night. You shouldn't be out without a proper coat. After that wreck, I may just settle down here for a while. Are you wondering about anything else?
I'm a bird! Aren't I good at flying? Thanks! My dad says that I can do anything as long as I put my mind to it!
Hey, are you an artist? Hey, you have an easel! Are you an artist? So am I! Do you want to see what I made? Look! It took all day, but I want to make my next one even better. What should I do? But I don't know how to make a canvas. All right! You're a nice artist after all. I know where some boards are. Follow me.
Did you see when it ran a reef? I've never seen anything like that. Terrible waste of a good ship. And it went down so quickly. It's amazing anyone made it out of that.
Now we just need the fabric. I don't know where to find that. Maybe we should ask someone. Let's keep going.
So you've survived too. That means only one of us has been lost at sea. Who? Only the most important one of us all, Annabelle! Doesn't sound... I see. She carries you across the oceans and you don't even learn her name. Annabelle! My ship! My wooden, sea-loving daughter! Killed by the damned reefs when we came into this miserable town. Kind of you to say so. Kindness does nothing to bring sweet Annabelle back to me. I imagine I'll be spending the rest of my days mourning Annabelle, sitting here, dreaming of a world where she wasn't destroyed and people actually remember her name. Off with you! Trade your life for hers. It's really a terrible place to be stranded. A ship-murdering town. There's fabric all around us, just look. Or ask that dock worker over there. Oh, our ship. Such a good ship she was. Now leave me be.
So we have everything we need now, right? We can make a canvas from this stuff? Could you paint something? I want to watch a real artist. Painting is amazing! I want to try. Can I have a canvas? We found enough stuff, right? Oh. Are you still feeling moody?
We've had quite a few shipwrecks here. There's a reef surrounding the bay, and that's what does it. It shouldn't slow down traffic too much, though. I'm just glad you all made it. Lindau's a nice port town, although we don't have much to export anymore, aside from loom sacks. And most of our tourism these days are just people passing through, on the way in or on the way out of Nava. Fabric. We go through loads of it. Here, these lengths are defective for shipping, but will perhaps serve your purposes.
I saw you talking with the captain. How's she doing? I don't think I've heard her talk about much else. I wonder if she'll ever recover. How have you been?
Ah, a newcomer. In the future, if you're ever in need of carriage to Nava, I'm your driver. My ox is strong, no?
Who's there? Nika, is that you? You must be one of the tourists. Terrible about the sinking and all that. Glad you're okay. Yada yada, etc. But will you go get Nika, the innkeeper? I need help. It's stuck, obviously. Now, would you be so kind as to go get Nika for me? It happens. It's fairly normal, really. Doesn't it happen to you from time to time? But seriously, will you get the innkeeper? Brilliant! I'll wait here. Ugh.
You must be the traveler from the wrecked ship. Oh, good. Ingolf needs some visitors every now and then. I wish he would spend more time in town, but he'd rather be alone. Yes, I run the inn. I always keep a full stock of soup and tea to refresh weary travelers. When I was young, I traveled all over this island. I'd love to adventure again one day. It's a bit more calm than Nava. I think it's quite a nice place to relax. I lived there for a few years, working as a baker. I do miss the bustle of the city sometimes. Certainly. Ah, the trap. Oh, of course he does. And what is it this time? Again? That's like the 8th time. All right, then, we'd better go help. Oh, it's really stuck, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty stuck.
I think what we need here is some soap. Would you be a dear and fetch some soap from Amin's house? It's just down the stairs and across the courtyard.
Hello there. Can I help you, traveller? Soap? Well, certainly. May I ask why? He did. Is he a friend of yours? Ah, well, I shouldn't gossip then. He's just such a peculiar man. And you know what? I think Lenny is going to have some real issues when he grows up. Well, you've seen him. The boy is unhinged. And not just that. I've been hearing a lot of yelling coming from that house. I think it's quite a broken home. You know, I imagine you'll be traveling all around this island, being a tourist and all. Perhaps when you get to Nova, you should let the sheriff know about Isan. I think it's only right, you know, for Lenny. Well, it's a small town. If word ever got back to Isan that I was the one that reported him, things might be a little awkward, being such a close neighbor and all. I think it'd be best for the child. I only have his best interest at heart. Isan is not a stable man, and wholly unsuitable to be a parent. Here, this will help you with the toll. Right, well, here's some soap. Safe travels.
You have the soap? Well, let's try this thing then. Here, let me have that soap.
Well, I guess it was convenient that you dropped in when you did. Thanks for getting Nika. Well, you are a nosy tourist, aren't you? Beeswax. I mean, that nosy, stuck-up goody two-talon. If you had to deal with what I have to deal with. She just doesn't like me because I'm not posh like her. This whole town is stuck up. Them and all their judging eyes. You know what? Get out of my house. You're just like everyone else in this town. Coming in here and telling me I'm a bad father? Get out. I know that's what you meant. Just get out.
Watch me soar like... Ah!
You look well. Take care now.
I feel so adventurous staying here in Lindo. I live in Nava, but sometimes I just long for the primitive lifestyle Lindo offers. This is my first excursion out of Nava. It just feels like the right time for a dramatic adventure. Some may find the story of my journey utterly inspiring. Nothing could have prepared me for the muddy paths, the unbearable heat. I even had to eat outside. Overall, it was a dreadful experience, but I braved through it all. I'm guessing you're a bit inexperienced in travel safety. Perhaps you should consult me for advice before your next journey. I so dearly wish my friends could see how adventurous I've become. I do enjoy this exciting new lifestyle I've adopted. Oh, right. Say, you do some sort of art things, don't you? Do you think you could capture my sheer magnificence on canvas? I'm dying to show my friends what a remarkable traveler I've become. What stunning taste you have. Be sure to capture every bit of my elegance. Oh my, that painting. It's the most perfect thing I've ever seen. I simply must have it. This is wonderful. My friends will be so jealous of me. I think I'll start a collection of paintings just like this. Can you imagine? An entire wall filled with paintings of me.
still feeling moody? Wow, thanks! I'm going to be a moody artist like you when I grow up. Thanks again for the canvas. He's some really old guy. I'm pretty sure.
I'm so good at flapping my wings!
Great viewpoint, isn't it? Look, the eclipse is starting. Not a bad show, right? Ha! You couldn't get me out on the oceans for anything, and especially not in a rickety wooden ship. If you haven't got lodging for the night, feel free to stay at the inn. I'll leave the upstairs room unlocked for you. Drop in at your leisure. Don't worry about payment. Shipwreck survivors stay free of charge. Take care now.
I know that I can do it if I put my mind to it! I can't fly if I don't even try!
You're not a bird, Lenny. You need to come down right now. You're going to get hurt.
Everybody, turn around! If you don't all turn right now, I'm gonna jump! I flew! I can't believe it! I flew!
Of course you did. I'm just glad you got down. Don't do that again, okay?
Okay, now that I know I can fly, I won't do it again.
My cousin is so full of energy. One day he's flapping around like a... His disappearance was all very mysterious. I don't believe anyone's seen him in a long time.
there's nothing like a good book on a day such as this. Actually, books are the perfect way to spend any day. Do you enjoy reading? I'm glad to hear that. Perhaps I can share my favorite books with you sometime. My favorite books are the ones that inspire me to write myself. How about you? We creatives, me a writer, you a painter, we've got to stay inspired. Best way I've found is to drink many cups of tea. Always gives me a boost. Speaking of writing, if you find any feathers around here, I'd happily buy them. I'm constantly losing my quills. I figure 3 should do it. For now though, I must get back to reading. I think something fabulously dramatic is about to happen. Is there something else? Ah, that would be Azad. A brilliant, brutally honest, and highly misunderstood man. Undoubtedly too curt for his own good. Perhaps that's why many Lindau folk found it difficult to maintain amicable relations with him. Lindau used to be right on the river until a mudslide destroyed most of the town. After that, the townspeople relocated to the coast. Many of the folk from old Lindau moved there after the mudslide. The library there is of a historic note. Is there something else? Aha, my fellow bookworm. Oh, wonderful. Hopefully this is enough to last me a while. Thank you very much. I do hate scouring the forest floor for these. If you find any more, I'll pay you 1 glowstone apiece. Is there something else?
Hello there, newcomer are you? Trying to get across the bridge, I guess. I hope you've got the glowstones for it. It's not free, you know. The rule is you pay once and you can use it as much as you'd like. Me, I'm a fisher. I catch fish, I cook fish, I sell fish. You know. Mostly what I do here is fish. Sometimes I like to visit town, but not very often. What's all that you're carrying? Looks heavy. Are you some kind of painter? You know what? Maybe there's a way you can get the glowstones out of me after all. There's a gazebo in Lindau. Real pretty spot. Maybe you've been there. Anyway, I'd like a painting of that view. The gazebo is easy to find. It's just behind the inn. And I want the painting from the gazebo, not of the gazebo. It's the view, not the building, if you get my meaning. I'm fish and biting today. Looky here, you've gone and painted the gazebo view. Are you willing to sell it? Well, how about that? Got myself something fancy. See you around.
Oh, hello there. Mind the plants underfoot. What can I do for you? Mind the plants underfoot. Hello again. What can I do for you? I spend a lot of time studying and documenting new plant life. Just yesterday, I believe I discovered a new sort of lily pad. As far as I know, he left Lindau a long time ago and never returned. Unfortunately, he and I did not get along terribly well. Believe it or not, I've never been. I'm not sure Bojan would care much for the bustle. We've got great plant diversity, and I can always get imported teas from the storehouse. We've also got more wild bloom sacks than anywhere else. Mind the plants underfoot!
When I was a boy, merchants came to Lindau with strange spices and soft fabrics. They haven't been back in a long time, though. We mainly get shipments of teas, grains and fabrics, and headwear of the latest fashion, of course. In any case, there's always lots of work to do around here. Lindau's a nice port town, although we don't have much to export anymore. Can you believe he came up with the plan for this city by himself? I'd love to meet him. That was the original Lindau. The town got destroyed after it rained every day for a solid month. The hill just slid away. There might be some stuff worth salvaging out there. I remember playing in there as a kid. The ocean looks beautiful from the top. I wish it wasn't locked up.
My garden is filled with all sorts of wriggly critters. That poor man. He had quite a gruff personality. Not very sociable. But I don't think he meant to offend people. I hope he's very happy, wherever he is. That's where we all used to live. There was just so much rain one year. Luckily, we had the foresight to get out before the mudslide. No one got physically hurt, but the whole town was devastated. Towers like that were used to send fire signals to Nava, but we don't need to do that anymore. It's a bit eerie, but late the other night, I thought I saw lights coming from inside the tower. Oh, it's probably just some kids playing a prank. Certainly.
I just can't wait to go home and show... It's a dramatic destination. I'll be the envy of my friends when I get home. Oh, it's the most wonderful city. Much better than this place. I can hardly believe I managed to get myself here alive. I've heard of him. A terrible man. Just horrible. And not very good looking either. They say he disappeared. I'm not very interested in old... I haven't seen it. It's part of Old Lindo, though.
Hello again. What can I do for you? I like to go walking over there. It's nice to take in the sea air from time to time. Mind the plants underfoot.
La la la. It is a bloom sack raft. I did. I might, but only if you... My only requirement is that you be my friend. One of my best friends, to be exact. Don't be hasty. We've only just met. There are some things I need to know about. Is your favourite colour orange or yellow? I see. Now, if you had to choose between eating slugs or cakes, which would you eat? Maybe I can make you some slug cakes. This next one will be tricky. If you saw a frog stranded all alone on a lily pad, what would you do? Just because it's normal doesn't mean it's accepted. I feel as if I have come to know you very well. Would you agree that we can be friends now? Oh, wondrous. Here, now we can sit on rafts together. You'll need some twine to keep it all together. I don't know how to make that, but Ona has a lot of it. You also need wax, and that's very hard to find. Sometimes there's still candles, but don't tell Ona. Hello, good friend. Where's your raft? Lindau is okay. It has the ocean, but I don't take my rafting there. I like this river better. What's that? I think architects build things. I'm not supposed to take my raft over there, but I do sometimes because lots of frogs live there. Only took me to it once. I found a crab there and brought it home. It ran away though.
I saw some birds flying around a few nights ago. They were so graceful. I especially like the ones that do this. Ooh, ooh. What a fun way to talk. Ooh. Fancy city folk, but they do buy my pots. Bye now. What? You painted that owl? Can I buy it from you? This is great! Ooh, ooh. Is this too many glowstones? I wouldn't know. I've never bought a painting before. You've got a real ear for birds. Let me know if you ever need anything. Bye now.
I'm pretty busy if you couldn't tell. Got all these trails to maintain, tourists to wrangle, animals to nurture, plants to relocate. I'll be lucky if I ever get to take another break in my whole life. Well, thanks. I guess that's nice to hear. Although I don't see how you could know that. Oh, and I've also got to go rescue a stupid water fox. as if I didn't already have enough work to do.
They're aquatic rodents, essentially. Like to live in watery caves. People think they're adorable, but in my opinion, they're just wretched. My responsibility here is maintaining the trails. That's why I was hired. These water foxes are a huge thorn in my paw, and they distract me from my real tasks. My partner was the one who took care of the water foxes. Now he's gone, and I have no idea to handle these animals. I've been trying to trap one all day. Tried every type of bait under the moon. He wanted to see the world. I don't blame him for that. But he could have at least left some instructions for taking care of these hard animals. One of them mangled his foot, and I was trying to administer some salve before it gets infected. I've already wasted so much time trying to catch him. I really can't spend another day on this. I think it's officially a lost cause.
Yeah, he'll probably die. And his kits won't last long without him either. I guess it's sad, but the trails need maintenance.
Listen, this isn't my area of expertise. My job covers a lot more than just these water foxes. Not that it's any... Right, sure. Just disclose the location of a wild, dying animal to an untrained visitor. I'm not about to do that. City folk. It's like they've never seen a trail before, always trampling through the foliage like animals.
Welcome to the Kestrel's Eyrie, providing a warm bed for travelers and tourists for just 2 glowstones a night. Are you in need of a room tonight? You might have met my old friend Nika. She runs the inn over there. We used to get into a lot of trouble together. It's a shiny kind of place. You heading there now? I heard there's an arts supplies store. Seems like something you might like.
By trade, I am a cartographer, but unfortunately my productivity is down at the moment. I have run out of ink. It'll be a while before my shipment comes in. You're new around here, right? I'll bet you could use a map of Eastshade. If you'd like one, I have an extra print here I can give you. But in exchange, I'm wondering if there's something you can do for me. As I mentioned, I'm running low on ink. If you find me 4 inky cap mushrooms, that would be grand. Last time I went inky cap foraging, I got trapped in a conversation with the A beautiful city, and very straightforward, cartographically speaking. See you.
My great-great-grandparents built this lodge. All right then, it's just up the stairs, second door on the right.